Being broke isn't just about having no cash in your pocket or a zero balance in your bank account. It's a feeling that goes much deeper than numbers on a screen or the weight of unpaid bills piling up on your kitchen table. It's about the constant anxiety, the stress that follows you everywhere, and the sense that you're always running out of something more precious than money: your time. Because at the end of the day, being broke is really about how you value your time. Every tick of the clock is a reminder that time is slipping away, and you can't buy it back, no matter how hard you work. The real trap isn't just low wages or long hours. It's believing your hours are only worth what someone else decides to pay you. When you let others put a price tag on your time, you start to believe that's all you're worth. So you trade away your life, 1 hour at a time, just to keep your head above water. You give up your mornings, your evenings, your weekends, and sometimes even your dreams, just to survive another day. That's not really living, that's just existing on repeat, stuck in a cycle that feels impossible to break. You wake up tired, go to work tired, and come home even more exhausted, only to do it all over again. Most people think the problem is their bank balance, but the real issue is their mindset. If you see yourself as broke, you start to act like it, and that belief shapes every decision you make. That's why you can give a broke mindset $1 million, and it'll be gone in a year. Because if you never learn to value your time, you'll never know how to use money to buy your freedom. The system is designed to make you believe your only asset is your ability to work for someone else. It wants you to think your value comes from your labor, not your ideas or your potential. So you wake up tired, work for someone else's dream, come home tired, and repeat. The cycle keeps spinning, and you barely have time to ask yourself if this is all there is. You're so busy selling your time to survive that you never stop to think about how you could own it or use it to build something for yourself. The first step out of this trap is realizing your time is your most valuable asset. It's the one thing you can never get back, and the one thing you can choose to invest differently. Stop selling your hours for pennies, start investing them in yourself, your skills, your passions, and your future. Every hour you spend learning, creating, or building something new is an hour that pays you back for life. Every hour is a seed, planted in your education, your ideas, your relationships, and watch it grow into something bigger than you ever imagined. Over time, you'll grow a forest of freedom that feeds you for life, giving you choices, opportunities, and the power to decide how you spend your days. It all starts with one decision: to stop letting others decide what your time is worth, and to start valuing it for yourself. That's the real cost of being broke, and the first step to breaking free. Picture this: Monday morning. Mark wakes to an alarm, dreads the day, rushes out, and spends his energy surviving someone else's schedule. He's exhausted before he even starts, and by evening he's too drained to dream. His day is a reaction. He's a passenger in his own life. Now meet David. David wakes up rested, no alarm needed. He reads, walks, plans his day around his own goals. He's proactive, building his own dreams, not someone else's. Mark's time is consumed by others. David's is invested in himself. The difference isn't money, it's control. Mark is a slave to the clock. David is its master. One ends the day numb, the other energized. Freedom starts with owning your morning. Who do you want to be, the passenger or the driver? The difference is how you spend your time. That's real wealth. Most people spend their lives selling their time for a paycheck, exchanging precious hours for a fixed sum. It's the default path. Show up, put in the work, and get paid. But have you ever stopped to wonder if there's another way? You trade hours for money, but the company profits from your time. For many, it's a cycle of survival, working just enough to cover bills, never quite getting ahead. This system keeps you busy, but rarely wealthy. The wealthy play a different game. They buy time. They use money to free up their hours, creating space for creativity, growth, and new opportunities. Instead of being tied to a clock, they control their schedules. Hire someone to mow your lawn, and you instantly buy back 2 hours for yourself. It's a small example, but it shows the power of exchanging money for time. The rich do this at scale, hiring experts, building teams, and multiplying their efforts. They invest in people and systems so their wealth grows even when they're not working. Your paycheck isn't just for buying stuff, it's ammunition to buy your freedom. Every dollar you save or invest can help you reclaim your time and design your life. Can't hire full-time help? Start small. Pay for services that save you hours like delivery, cleaning, or ride shares. Even a few minutes saved can add up over time. Every hour you buy back is an hour you can invest in your future. Learning new skills, building a side hustle, or simply recharging so you can perform at your best. Move from being the tool to using the tools. Leverage technology, automation, and delegation to shift from laboring for others to building something of your own. Stop trading time for money. Start trading money for time. This is the mindset shift that unlocks real freedom and lasting wealth. That's how you build wealth, not just by earning more, but by owning more of your own time and investing it wisely. The shift is simple. Invest in buying your future, not just surviving today. Every small step counts, and over time, those steps add up to a life of freedom. Your time is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely, because once it's gone, you can never get it back. Too many people chase money as if it's the prize. They hoard it, afraid to spend or risk it, and end up trapped by their own fear. Money isn't the finish line, it's the key to freedom. The wealthy know, money is a tool, not a treasure. You don't get rich to count dollars, you get rich to stop worrying about them. Money should work for you, not the other way around. Imagine money as workers. Don't lock them away, send them out to earn more. Invest in assets, stocks, businesses, real estate. Every dollar should have a job, creating more freedom for you. Don't admire your resources, use them. The goal isn't the biggest pile of cash, it's control over your life. Deploy your dollars to win your freedom. Money is the vehicle, not the destination. Don't let it become your cage. Use it as your key. How do you stop selling your precious hours and start reclaiming your time? The answer is to build what I call a freedom machine. A system that works for you, even when you're not working. This isn't about buying a fancy gadget or chasing the latest trend. A freedom machine is a collection of assets. Real estate, stocks, businesses, or intellectual property that generate income on their own. These assets quietly earn money for you in the background, day and night. Most people rely on just one income stream, their job. They trade time for money, and when they stop working, the money stops too. It's a fragile system. If you lose your job or need to take a break, your income vanishes. That's why so many people feel trapped, always hustling just to keep up. True freedom comes from passive income, money that flows in whether you're working, relaxing, or spending time with loved ones. It's the key to living life on your own terms. Take Maria, for example. She was a teacher who started with just a little, saving diligently, learning about investments, and eventually buying a small duplex. Maria lived in one half of the duplex and rented out the other. The rent from her tenant covered most of her mortgage, easing her financial stress. Encouraged by her success, she kept going, buying more rental properties, investing in dividend-paying stocks, and slowly building a portfolio that worked for her. Each new asset was like adding another gear to her freedom machine, making it stronger and more reliable. Over time, Maria's passive income grew. Eventually, it surpassed her teaching salary, giving her choices she never had before. She continued teaching, but now it was because she loved it, not because she needed the paycheck to survive. Maria found joy in her work and peace in her life, knowing she was no longer chained to her job. She bought back her life, one asset at a time, turning small steps into lasting freedom. The lesson is simple, but powerful. Start small, build steadily, and don't get discouraged by slow progress. Every block you add makes your machine stronger. Focus on investments that pay you, assets that generate cash flow, not just things that cost you money. Avoid the trap of spending on liabilities that drain your resources. Instead, channel your energy and money into building your freedom machine. Remember, your freedom machine is built brick by brick, decision by decision. It's a process that takes time, patience, and persistence. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building a life where you control your time, your choices, and your future. Every asset you add is a step closer to owning your time. The journey starts with a single step. So start building your freedom machine today. Freedom isn't given, it's engineered. Build your machine and set yourself free. True wealth isn't flashy cars or watches, it's owning your calendar. Many with money are still trapped, working non-stop to maintain their lifestyle. Real wealth is having control over your time. It's waking up and choosing what to do, not reacting to obligations. The average calendar is filled with commands from others, commutes, chores, survival. The wealthy person's calendar is a list of intentions, learning, building, connecting. They fill their days with what matters to them. Their money buys them the freedom to design their life. The ultimate luxury isn't stuff, it's a blank schedule. Aim for a calendar you control, not one that controls you. Don't measure wealth by your bank account, measure it by your free time. Every empty slot is a sign of freedom. Build a life where you choose, not just comply. That's the real status symbol. Own your calendar, own your life. Stop thinking like an employee, start thinking like a CEO. Employees focus on tasks, follow orders, and wait for paychecks. CEOs see the big picture vision, strategy, growth. They don't wait for instructions, they create them. Your life is you, Inc. Your time, skills, and energy are your assets. Your family and happiness are your shareholders. Don't just do your job, run your life. Set a vision, make strategic decisions, invest in long-term growth. Manage all your departments, health, relationships, finances. You're in charge, the buck stops with you. Your success or failure is your responsibility. Be the CEO of your own life. Employees ask, how can I do this? And get stuck doing everything themselves. CEOs ask, who can do this for me? And leverage others' skills. Your growth is limited if you try to do it all alone. Leverage is the secret. Use other people's time, knowledge, and expertise. Want a website? Don't spend 100 hours learning. Hire a pro and focus on your strengths. Build your who network. Advisors, experts, helpers. Don't waste time on what you're not good at. Every time you ask who, you buy back your time. Focus on being the visionary, not the worker bee. Stop asking how, start asking who. That's how you scale your life. We've talked about time, money, and freedom. The rich buy time, use money as a tool, and build freedom machines. True wealth is owning your 24 hours. The clock is the great equalizer. Everyone gets the same minutes each day. The past is gone, the future is a blank slate. What will you do with your next 24 hours? Will you keep selling them cheap, or start investing them in your own dreams? Look at your calendar. Are you building someone else's dream, or your own? Your answer shapes your future. Decide now, your time is your most valuable asset. Start laying the first brick for your freedom machine. Think about it, then act. Your freedom is waiting.